Good morning, and welcome to There's No Sunrise This Morning, Winnipeg. No, it's cloudy. About 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and I'm hearing this strange noise. It took me a while to sort of figure out what was going on, and it was the rain pounding down on my roof. Yeah, we had a heavy rain come through here last night, and the streets are just starting to sort of dry up a little bit right now. But she's still cloudy. Now, I did not come back to the model table yesterday afternoon, at least not that I did any videoing. So we are not going to have a rollback. What I did do, though, was I messed around a little bit with the drawing for the Iowa coffee cup, and I did not put a black border around the graphic. All I did basically was I took the parentheses from around where it said BB61. Was that what it is? Yeah, BB61. I had to look at my box over there. I took the parentheses off. I thought it actually looked better. Now what I could have done is maybe I could have selected a font for the parentheses where they weren't so bold and stuck out, but I just didn't like the looks of it. And I'm looking on the box over there right now. It just says USS Iowa BB61. It doesn't have the parentheses around the BB61. So hey, neither will my coffee cup. And it's ordered. Last night I ordered it. So I'm guessing a couple of weeks. You know, I just chose the slowest delivery because it was the cheapest. I thought it had free delivery, but it didn't. I had to pay, I think it was just under $5 for delivery, which isn't bad, you know. It's going to come by Canada Post. And we'll see what happens when it comes. I'll show it to you when it comes. I don't know if I'm going to start using it right away, though. I might wait until we actually open up the Iowa box. Maybe what I'll do is we'll look at it and then I'll put it in the box. Okay, I've got a mug for the, can you see the Bismarck mug over there? That's from Jeff. And Jeff also gave me a Rodney mug, so now we're going to have a Bismarck, a Rodney, an Iowa. I think maybe I'll design one for the hood, just for the fun of it. Or maybe not, we'll see. And do you think I'm going to have to design one for the Yamato? Well, that's going to be a long ways away. But, hey, why not? We'll see what happens. Anyway, we are moving right along here. And today I'd like to try and get down some of these little parts here. We need a Q10, an H26. Some of the stuff we've already got made. If you will recall, I had accidentally put down the wrong gun. I think it was, yeah, I think it was this, no, it was this one here. I think I was supposed to have one with a quad gun in, and I stuck in what's in there now, and then later realized that I'd probably break something if I tried to pull it out because the glue was too set. Anyway, so what we've got left here is this gun, and it is supposed to, this tub is actually supposed to have one of the other guns in it. Anyway, we're getting into details that it doesn't really matter. Nobody's going to know, I don't think, that I've got the wrong guns in the wrong place, because it's going to look good anyway. You know, I was just noticing when I pick this up now, it appears that the little gun sight is damaged. Oh, I remember. This is one of the ones that I had accidentally broken off, and then I had glued it back into a different location because I thought that anything was better than nothing. Okay, well, yeah, that was too bad. I can actually see that when I look at it from well, you're going to go out of focus, but anyway, you'll see it when we zoom in on it. Okay, let's get going here and get our plastic parts. I would have thought that they would have had us putting these things on the you know, the Q10 and the H26. I would have thought it would have been the same on both sides, but maybe not. We'll see when we get going here. Well, there is only one Q sprue, so I guess but there's two of the anyway. Let's get going. Okay, here we go with Q10. H26. Now the Q3 we've already got made up, and as far as the gun goes, we're going to use this one in place of this one. Now we need some G3s. We got them made up from a long time ago. Alright, what else do we need here? Now I've got to start keeping my stuff a little bit better together. Took me about 5 minutes to find this. I'm not accidentally throwing it out, it's just that I've got little parts in several different places. Now, for whatever reason, this one is not painted. The paint did not come out quite the same. I do believe that this is the 56 that we all love. Now it's not a huge deal. It's going to go right down there. But we don't have the L22, which is going to be quite a large piece. We don't have the K13. And here's another piece of photo etch. Now for this piece of photo etch, I'm going to do, you might say, a little bit of research, which I hardly ever do and should do more of, and just see exactly what this thing represents, and it will help me know how to position it better on this plastic part. Okay, let's get our L22 and our K13. Just a quick update here. I was noticing afterwards that I should have selected this one. This one is the correct one. This one here is the one that probably is going to go on the other side of the ship. Okay. Yeah, that looks more like it, doesn't it? It's got the windlass on this side, not on the other side. Okay, sometimes I forget just how big some of these parts are. This is what happens when you're building a 1/200 scale ship. You're dealing with a whole bunch of tiny little pieces that are microscopic almost, especially when you're doing some of the photo etch stuff. And then you forget just how big the ship is, and then you grab the entire ship, like the hull, and put your superstructure down on it or something, like we did a couple of days ago, and suddenly it's sort of, whoa, wow, look at how big this thing is. One of the viewers mentioned that I didn't video the superstructure being dropped down on the main deck. I'm sorry about that. That would have been such a good idea. K13. Sometimes when I'm doing these tedious little scenes, I guess you'd call them, I sometimes wonder, well, maybe I should recompose here so I can get my thoughts together, because I don't want this to, what I'm about to say, come across as being misunderstood. Okay, just let me recompose here a bit. That is it for the K sprue. Got another one to hang on the wall. Okay, now what I wanted to talk about was when I am doing all these little individual scenes, and generally there's probably about, I guess 30 or so shots in the average episode. I've never figured it out. I'm just trying to envision now how many files I've usually got in each day's episode. I'm often wondering, like, who is watching me do this? Some of you, I actually know who you are, and I know what you look like. Some of you, I know where you live. But a lot of you are have been commenting and have been watching, and you like to be anonymous. Anonymity, I think you call it. And so I don't know who you are, or where you are, or what you look like. And I got a comment about 2 weeks ago from somebody, and it was very, you might say, humbling and touching. And this person said that they had a disability that prevented them from doing this sort of thing, but they would have liked to have been able to do it, so I am doing it vicariously for them. And wow, I mean, that's huge to me, to think that somebody is watching and enjoying this. And you know, a lot of you are sort of tuning in and let's see what old Ron did today. Yeah, I just I don't want to come across the wrong way or anything, but I'm very honored to you faithful viewers who are watching me day after day muddle through this build. I'm glad that I am good for you. Yeah, like I say, I hope I don't come across wrong here. Okay, photo etch D15. I didn't hear that one, but I'm sure I got it. Okay. And here is our A5. And this is the last piece of photo etch on the A sheet. Okay, I'm just going to have to turn this a little bit so it's at a better angle for me, being as it's such a delicate little thing. Alright, careful, careful now. Maybe I should be using Tony's wax pencil to pick that up. Where is it? It was way over in Jeff's Bismarck cup. Okay, I've been through Carlo's book here, and I'm looking for a drawing. It wouldn't be a photograph, a drawing of what he thought that last piece of photo etch that we just nipped off and goes on this part right here. You know, what exactly was it? What was it supposed to depict? And here I've got a profile view of it. It sort of has something there. I'll see if I can find it at the computer and insert it in. And then I found one here shows it on the back. It's not real clear, but it doesn't really show what that was. And there's this photo or this drawing, what I would call this, when I had my own darkroom and was developing pictures, if I had a picture that came out like this, I would have called it muddy. And yeah, it would have been, in other words, I put too much light on the paper, and the developer developed it faster than it should, and your contrast would be really bad. And that's what we got going on here. This is what I would call a muddy picture, and I know I've complained about that before in this book, that the photos are just too dark, and I'm sure that Carlo did not draw them like this. Anyway, I beat that to death probably 5 times. Too bad, because it could have been so much better. But that's just my opinion. Other people might like this, you know. Okay, now another thing here. This morning when I cranked up my program to start editing, what happens is it's DaVinci Resolve version 18. Okay, that's fine. Now, when you crank up your program in the morning, it goes online, and DaVinci knows. I think it's an Australian outfit. They know that you have a legitimate program, and they're going to let it work, in other words. But consequently, they also know which version of 18 you've got. So if you've got an older version of it, and they've just put out a new one, they'll send you a notification that says, version 18.3 is out. And I think that's what it's called now. They came out with 0.0, then 0.1, then 0.2, then now 0.3. This will be the third one that I just updated. Now, the reason I'm mentioning that is because when I first switched to DaVinci, it was so that I could use the 8K video that's in my camera, or my camera is capable of taking, let's put it that way. And DaVinci 17 was the first one I used, and it worked pretty good. In fact, it worked real good. And then they came out with 18, so I upgraded to 18, and I can't use the 8K best that my camera is capable of doing. It freezes up my computer. And I'm just hoping that, and well, what happens is when it freezes up the computer, it sends a notification to DaVinci telling them this is why this particular user's computer froze. And I'm hoping that this latest fix that just came out this morning is going to address this problem, and that I'm now going to be able to, do the 8K and RAW best files that my camera is capable of doing. But I won't know if it will unless I try it. So that's what I want to do yet this afternoon. And it is getting on here. Can you see the clock? Oh yeah, it is getting on here. And I know I haven't done a whole lot on the model today, but maybe I'll do a little later this evening. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll be seeing you tomorrow.